Today I want to talk about Jung Kook sleeping on a live stream and how many girls and boys think he's sleeping with them, and I want to get into Jung Kook spotted at the club too, and this is actually hilarious. People also think he's dating someone. And then we have a very raunchy moment on TV involving a male body part. I love food and I'm very excited to talk about today's sponsor, Green Chef. Green Chef gives you the exact portions you need to cook and make a delicious meal delivered right to your door. The cost per plate is honestly very good, and nowadays one meal is like $15. Green Chef is much less than that. Now I'm a big fan of HelloFresh. They've supported this channel for a while, and Green Chef is literally owned by them. So I've basically been in support of this company and brand for such a long time. And HelloFresh and Green Chef have a slightly different taste, so I like flipping between them. Now Green Chef lets me mix and match different meals for different preferences. So this week I ordered a bunch of different meals, as you can see here. These meals are all designed for a family of 4, so that option exists, and if you're living by yourself, then you have the option to order just for yourself. And they give you instructions on how to whip those foods up. The food is honestly extremely good, restaurant quality food. It tastes amazing. And I know some moms here watching, sometimes you don't know what to make for dinner. Being able to choose from so many different weekly options and then make restaurant-worthy meals in around 30 minutes is going to save you a lot of headache. Green Chef is a CCOF certified organic company with options for every lifestyle. I know everyone eats differently, so they have options including keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, fit and fast, Mediterranean, and gluten-free. Who else has all these options? So I have a special offer just for us dumplings going on right now. You can use the code Dumplings60, that is dumplings with an S and then 60, to get 60% off and free shipping for your first box. I will link all that information down in the description, so please check them out and thank them for sponsoring today's video. So hey dumplings, it's Dave. Decide, hate it or not, make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on. Grab your dumpling, taste filling mug merch, and let's go. I just want to start off by saying the first segment of this video is going to be about something a little sexual. So here is that trigger warning. If topics like this are quite triggering for you, please use the chapter below to go to the next part. But if you are unaware, Jennie recently participated in the show The Idol. The show was actually Jennie's decision to be a part of, and it's a great show to add to her resume. The show itself has very mixed reviews because it's very raunchy, and Jennie was bringing a very specific K-pop audience to the show that was really not expecting Jennie to have agreed to participate in something very raunchy. She immediately got a lot of backlash, as The Idol was referred to as essentially a raunchier Euphoria. These shows talk about sex, drugs, abuse, and all of the above very openly and very much without limits. So these shows can invoke such a strong reaction from the viewers, and this is why they are so big. For The Idol, there was a change in director, and apparently they cut a lot of Jennie's parts in the show. People were upset, but when the show came out and people saw the nature of the show, it seemed people were very glad that Jennie wasn't going to be a big part of it anymore, as they felt like the show would ruin her reputation. As I had mentioned earlier, I personally think that it's a great show for Jennie to put on her resume, because it shows that she can do roles like this that are more adult themed, and that she can also appeal to a much more mature audience. Also, we need to note that a lot of American shows are naturally going to be a lot more mature. You have shows like Game of Thrones, which have a lot of more mature themes and a lot of full-blown nudity, to the point where obviously I can't show it off here. But these shows are so popular and big, and let's say Jennie got an opportunity to be on the next Game of Thrones, whatever it is. Should she not take it? And chances are she won't even be offered such an opportunity to be on a show like that unless her resume shows that she has some experience with a more mature show. Hollywood has long learned that just because a show has a lot of big names does not equate to higher ratings and ticket sales. The actors in the show need to be seasoned and experienced actors. So they don't need to be famous, they just need to have experience. There was a particular scene that made a lot of Blinks and K-pop fans cringe. This was a moment where the character played by The Weeknd was getting a bit raunchy. He was describing what he was going to do with the girl alongside his male body part. The issue I'm having with this is not even the dirty talk or whatever, it's just that it's cringe. It doesn't watch easy. But also, that's perhaps the point. I haven't really watched too much of the show to give a full commentary on that, but I've looked through some of the more, again, raunchier parts. I do agree it's hard to watch, but that's just how a lot of people talk nowadays. It always bothers me when people complain about shows like this, or specifically K-pop idols participating in such things, because this is likely how they could be talking behind the scenes. So would you rather not know and just pretend they're a ball of innocence, or know that they're human and could have vices? People were accusing the show of bad writing, and then Free Jenny started to trend. This is annoying to me. Free Jenny from what exactly? Because YG didn't do anything here, and Jenny wanted to do the show. That was her decision. So free Jenny from the show that she wanted to do? Again, these people really think they have a say in what another person does in their career or life, and none of us do. Stop telling people what to do. No one has the right to tell anyone what to do, and people don't like to talk about the significance of this. The fact that we have Asians in a TV show like this, it's a big deal. This opens a lot of doors for Asians, but apparently none of that matters. They want Jenny off the show. It's interesting because it's only going to be about time before we start to see all of the BTS boys also participate in things that we might not agree with. That doesn't make them bad. It just makes them human with a diverse set of interests. If you idolize someone so much to the point where if they don't exactly act how you envision them in your head, then you are envisioning too much and very much unrealistically. There's been some very funny moments happening recently, and one involving Jung Kook sleeping with several boys and girls. And no, not sexually, but literally just sleeping alongside other people. Jung Kook was on a live stream recently, and at the end of the stream decided to tell everyone what he does when he sleeps. He shows the angle he sleeps at and even shows his interesting pillow. He eventually did fall asleep, and the stream then continued for a little bit, and someone shut off the stream. Of course, it's believed the stream was shut off by a HYBE staff member, and many people think that it was like a red alert when Jungkook slept and the stream was still going. But there is very much likely a person watching the stream from the studio. Typically, members do call someone to monitor them from the stream. These people do so many things, like to make sure that the members aren't in any danger and try to make sure nothing too sensitive is seen. Then they make sure the members aren't about to say anything or do anything too risque. Lastly, they try to turn off the stream when the members fall asleep. The reason they do this is simply because we all sleep probably very ugly, like with our mouths open. I know I drool, so obviously the staff wants to protect the boys from getting mocked online, so they cut the stream before we can see any of that. This then leads to some of the fandom really thinking that they are dating Jungkook simply because Jungkook slept with them on the stream. They actually feel like they're in a relationship, and it can definitely feel like that. The streams very much feel like a FaceTime, and then if he's sleeping with you on the call, it seems like even more like a relationship. And you're welcome to indulge in said fantasy, but know when to draw the line. Both of you don't know each other personally, and also if you knew the team that was behind the live stream, it would feel a lot less personal and a lot less relationship-like. Everything Jungkook is saying is monitored by a staff member on the other end. Super romantic, right? People found the sleeping situation to be very funny, and it went super viral. The specific clip of him sleeping, it went on the newspaper to say that over 6 million people were watching him sleep, the TV news, and then a lot of random people watching him sleep during parties and events. People were literally putting out their phone during the live stream and watching Jungkook during family gatherings or while they were watching a movie. One moment that was actually hilarious and funny was Jungkook being whipped out at a club. Like, this was apparently a specific nightclub, and a bunch of people just took out Jungkook while in the club. There was a chance that this was just some sort of BTS party, so a lot of armies will just organize events where they will have a bunch of armies come together to listen to BTS music. There was a big chance that that's what this was, but if not, it's absolutely hilarious that a bunch of people at the same time just whipped out Jungkook and were watching him sleep while they were all partying. People were then putting their phones perched up on a wall, and many people were watching him sleep like that. And then everyone was just like, this is Jungkook at the club. And honestly, that's probably me at the club too, just sleeping. If you enjoy listening to people talk and like listening to loud music as you go to sleep, going to sleep at a club is probably the right thing for you to do. People were also then connecting the fact that Jung Kook was sleeping and being intimate with everyone to be the same as him cheating on Taeyang because people believe they're dating. But I don't believe there's any correlation with Jung Kook dating Taeyang and him sleeping on a live stream. People try to connect things that don't really make any sense. Some people say that Taeyang is always there during a stream or whatever, and that doesn't really make sense either. They also connected a moment not too long ago where Taeyang also did a stream and he took a quick nap. This was when he was in Hybe's studio and he just decided to turn off the light and sleep. People were saying that the two are obviously dating because they do this and have the same idea to do this. That's ridiculous. But since the rise of Taeyang and Jennie dating rumors, there's been a big pushback from the Taeyang and Jung Kook dating community to make sure that that relationship is more obvious or to push it more. There's been several people saying they spotted Taeyang and Jung Kook together coming out of a movie theater or a club together, and there's photos of the boys coming out of an event together for sure. There was one where it was believed Jung Kook and Taeyang came out of a musical, but this doesn't really prove a relationship, but more so just that the two were hanging out and having some time to catch a show. You can have dates with people you like and you're not necessarily romantically involved with. I think the fact that you can ship Jung Kook with a lot of different members shows that there's quote-unquote evidence no matter where you look. Let me know what you think. Make sure to check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks for those lovely comments right here. Love you, bye.